Hi, my name is Sarah Huntington, and this is my favorite brain part, the hippocampus. The word hippocampus comes from Latin and is derived from the Greek words for horse and sea monster. A seahorse in classic mythology had two forefeet, a body and a tail, which resemble the two elongated parts, the hippocampus major and minor, that stem from each lateral ventricle part of the brain. It has also been called Ammon's horn, an ancient Egyptian god, based on its parts. There is a hippocampus in the temporal lobe of each cerebral hemisphere. Each of these is about the size of your thumb and is in the center of the brain. The hippocampal formation includes the hippocampus, the parahippocampal gyrus, and gray matter, also known as dentate gyrus. The parahippocampal gyrus includes the subiculum and interhinal cortex, both involved in relaying information to the center of the hippocampus. It is also divided into four sections labeled C1 through C4. Most of what we know about the hippocampus is due to the surgery that Dr. William Scoville did in 1953 on patient HM. He used a hand crank and a cheap drill saw to take out the hippocampus of HM. After this, the patient had no changes in personality and increased in IQ, but had lost memory from the previous decade and could not retain any new memories. This is patient HM, and this is his ability to complete a word recall task compared to individuals in the control group. The reason the hippocampus is my favorite part of the brain is because it is now being associated with bipolar disorder, which has heavily affected my life. Bipolar disorder used to be associated with the frontolimbic subcortical circuits, but now studies conducted at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston are relating it to the hippocampus. The hippocampus is most classically known to help in functions related to mood and memory processing, which explains how it might be connected to the mood swings in BD. This approach to look at a healthy brain versus a bipolar brain. These were also compared to the brains of individuals with major depressive disorder, or MDD. Individuals with BD had reduced volumes in C4, or subfield 4 of the cornu-ammonis, as well as reduced volume in two cellular layers in the part of the hippocampus that resembles a tail. C1 decreased over the amount of time that the individual lived with their illness. Those with more manic episodes had even more reduced volumes in each of these regions. Other studies have been done, including brain imaging, post-mortem studies, neuropsychological, and preclinical studies, which have more found that anatomical changes are caused by pediatric care, psychotic medication, or possibly unmedicated BD subgroups. There were significant differences found, however, in the brain activation during emotional, attentional, and memory tasks. Up to 700 new brain cells are made in the hippocampus every day, but it's impossible to increase this number, keeping in mind that a lot of these neurons do not typically survive anyways. In other words, there are ways to essentially grow your hippocampus. The ways to do this are to exercise. A study was done on two groups of mice. The group that was assigned to a cage with a wheel in it had far more neurons in the hippocampus than the group without a wheel. Another study has shown that walking 1 mile a day lowers the risk of Alzheimer's disease, a condition that affects memory and other cognitive skills associated with the hippocampus. You can also strengthen the neurons that your brain naturally creates by sticking to a balanced diet and obtaining plenty of oxygen. Doing so allows the neurons to grow larger, longer, and stronger. Thank you for watching my presentation.